Welcome, class of 2006. You may be seated. I would like to start off by thanking all the family and friends gathered here with us today who have influenced our lives. This is an extremely monumental day for us as we get to leave Wadsworth High School as one. Though the building itself may not be our favorite place, the memories we made here are what count. But today should not be a sad day of remembering what was. It should be a day to look for the future of what will be. We have already accomplished and witnessed many great things together as a class upon which we can build our futures upon. We had another successful year for sports, with many teams and individuals making it far into the postseason. Our volleyball team added another trophy to the case as it finished as the district runner-ups. Our boys swim team won the league title for the first time in school history, going 10-0. We had a state placer in gymnastics, and the wrestling team won another league championship on its way to sending 5 individuals to state, one who won the title himself. The boys and girls track teams also had just a successful last week here at the state meet, and the whole season, the whole sports year was brought together by Coach Booth leading our girls down to the Final Four in Columbus, which was a highlight of it all. Our class also excelled in other areas besides sports. The spring musical, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, was one of the hardest and most spectacular productions our drama department has ever accomplished. The speech and debate team sent several individuals to state competition as well. We're the first class at Wadsworth High School to ever receive all of the possible 5 Ohio Board of Regents Ohio Academic Scholarships. This went along with almost the $500,000 that our class was collectively offered for the next upcoming year in scholarships. Our class also found ways to give back to the community. Each of the graduating seniors sitting here today gave a minimum of 10 hours of community service. We went beyond, though, by holding the first ever dodgeball tournament to raise money for the Salvation Army. There are numerous other programs started and projects that help the community this year. But the people we have met and the memories we have made throughout our years of education are far more important than the accomplishments I've previously mentioned. The athletic and academic achievements may have seemed monumental at the time, but in the scheme of it all, they are mere stepping stones. When we leave this community to go to college or into the workplace, we begin anew. The only things we have left are the people around us. The bonds we have made with each other are the rocks which we shall build upon. Let us go into the world being proud that we graduated from Wadsworth, and while we may forget some of the details of the past, I just hope we remember each other and the people that brought us here together. Let me be the first to offer good luck to the class of 2006 as we begin a new segment of our lives.
joys increase. And wherever you go, may you know true happiness. And wherever you go, may you meet a friend. And wherever you go, may you find a loving heart waiting there for you at the rainbow's end. Everywhere you go, may your cares be few. May the soft winds carry you for the rest of your life.
I would now like the class of 2006 to stand and remain standing, please. In order to incorporate past alumni into this momentous occasion, I first invite any alumnus who has a child or grandchild graduating in this class to stand and remain standing, please. Now, I invite all remaining alumni of Wadsworth High School in the audience to please stand and remain standing. Our high school alma mater was composed by Gloria Lester, class of 1933, and Madgel Williams, class of 1936. She wrote the words that have come to signify the loyalty and respect for Wadsworth. I now invite the remaining members of the audience to please stand while these alumni join the class of 2006 in singing the alma mater.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome family, friends, and staff to Wadsworth High School's 130th annual commencement. We are here today to celebrate and reflect on the end of one chapter in the lives of 363 of Wadsworth's finest young men and women. We also take the opportunity to look ahead with anticipation on all of the wonderful future contributions these young adults will make on the city of Wadsworth and beyond. The class of 2006 leaves Wadsworth High School with a very impressive resume, including state and national recognition in both academic and athletic competitions. Their academic achievements in the classroom are second to none. 86% of this class will enter some form of post-secondary education in the fall, taking with them well over $6 million in scholarship money offered over those 4 years. But beyond all this, beyond all the recognition this class has earned in the classroom, on the athletic fields, in musical competition, or on the theatrical stage, this class has earned the respect and admiration of the staff, administration, and Board of Education of the Wadsworth Schools. This class has, time and time again, given us reason to be proud. As I have mentioned several times, this class has set themselves apart for their academic achievement. At this time, I would ask the honor rows to please stand. The students standing have earned special recognition for maintaining at least a 3.5 grade point average all 4 years of high school. I would ask you again to join me in a round of applause for these students. You may be seated. Now it's my pleasure that I'd like to honor 6 members of this very special class. First, we have 2 salutatorians with this class. They are Amy Subnosky and Ben Sturgewalt. And if I could please have Amy join me at the podium. Not only has Amy excelled in the classroom, as evidenced by her being named class salutatorian, she has also been involved in many activities during her years here at Wadsworth High School. She has been involved in Huddle, National Honor Society, VOFT, and French Club. She also found time in her schedule to help others. She volunteered at the Salvation Army Learning Center. She worked as a peer tutor and also was an altar server at Sacred Heart Church and was also involved in the Sacred Heart Youth Group. As if this wasn't enough to keep her busy, she also was employed by Biddinger's and Ritzman Pharmacy. Amy has earned many honors while at Wadsworth High School. She was awarded the International Foreign Language Award. She received a Scholar Athlete Award. She was named Best Actress for her work in the theatrical production of The Crucible. She won the Director's Choice Award for her work in the play John Lennon and Me, and she was awarded the Medina County Youth Service Award. Amy is joined today by her parents, Don and Beth Subnosky, and her brother, Donnie. At this time, I would ask for all of Amy's family to please stand and be recognized. They are to my right. Amy plans on attending the University of Dayton and major in engineering. As I present her with her medallion, I would please ask everyone to join me in congratulating Amy for being co-salutatorian for the class of 2006. Next, would Ben Sturgewalt please join me at the podium? Like Amy, Ben was very active at Wadsworth High School. He was a member of the National Honor Society, the Community Asset Committee, our mentoring program, Key Club, and he was also the captain of our swim team. Ben was awarded the Goldstein Award. He was also awarded the Ohio High School Athletic Association Scholar Athlete Award. Ben was also named a star student by the Akron Beacon Journal, and he was named Wadsworth High School Student of the Year as chosen by the Sun newspapers. Ben is joined here today by his parents, Bill and Donna Sturgewalt, and his sister, Abby. At this time, would all of Ben's family and friends please stand to be recognized, also to my right. Ben plans on attending Purdue University and majoring in aeronautical and astronautical engineering. As I present Ben with his medallion, again, I would ask you to please join me in congratulating Ben as co-salutatorian for the class of 2006. This year, Wadsworth High School is fortunate to have 4 students tied for the top honor of class valedictorian. These students are Emily Hoover, Justin Manning, Brittany McCauley, and Dan Woods. I would please at this time ask Emily Hoover to please join me at the podium. As was the case with our salutatorians, Emily has been very active during her time at Wadsworth High School. She was involved with the Bruin newspaper, National Honor Society, Key Club, tennis, Latin Club, and Academic Challenge. Emily was recognized for her talents by receiving the following awards. She was named a National Merit Finalist, she was named a Suburban League Scholar Athlete, and received the National Latin Exam Award. She was also recognized by the Akron Beacon Journal as a Star Student Bronze Star Award winner. Emily is accompanied today by her parents, Jim and Robbie Hoover, and her brother, Mike. I would ask at this time for everyone here today with Emily, her family and friends, please stand and be recognized to my right, please. Emily plans on attending The Ohio State University, where she has been granted early admission to their Pathway program, which is a 7-year medical program. As I present Emily with her valedictorian medallion, I would please ask everyone again to join me in a round of applause.
Well, we did it. We're finally here. We're finally preparing to walk across the stage and graduate. 12 years of sweat, tears, and laughter have culminated into this one defining moment. Today is the end of an important journey, and what a journey it has been. As a class, we've had our ups and downs. But from that amazing first football game 4 years ago, as real high school students, to the pains of senior finals, we've bonded over events, good and bad alike. We have shared so much, even before entering Wadsworth High. I'm sure more than a few of us could look around today and recognize many of the same faces that we saw on the first day of elementary school. I remember walking into this building as a freshman and thinking that graduation was a million years away, but today has come faster than I ever thought possible. Now all those events that seemed so important at the time, games, dances, tests, parties, and papers, are a blur. I've come to realize that it's not the events themselves that are important, but the countless lessons that we learn from them. We've learned to take failure as gracefully as success. We've learned determination and to work as a team, both on the playing field and in the classroom. Those are just a few of the infinite lessons we will take with us when we leave Wadsworth High. So whether you have been a Wadsworth student for the past 12 years or for only one, let the experiences you have had in your time here be your guide for what is to come, as what we have learned from them will serve us well. No matter what our goals are, we are lucky enough to leave this gymnasium today with the certainty that our education, friendships, and experiences have prepared us well for what the future holds, and I'm confident this class is ready for what is next. Members of the class of 2006, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck in all that you do.
I would now ask Justin Manning to please join me at the podium. Justin's list of awards and activities are very impressive. Among his many activities are National Honor Society, Senior Class Vice President, Student Council, International Thespian Society, Drama Club, National Forensic League, Ohio High School Speech League, Huddle, Academic Challenge, and he was a member of the tennis team. His awards are numerous, being named an Akron Beacon Journal Gold Star student, Ohio Board of Regents Academic Scholarship recipient, Frank Close Scholarship winner, Medina General Hospital Scholarship winner, the Ohio State Medina County Alumni Scholarship winner, Ohio Speech League District Champion, and a Superior Award recipient at Ohio State Science Fair. Justin is also very active at the Wadsworth United Methodist Church. Justin is joined here today by his parents, Dr. Bruce and Joanne Manning, and his brother, Stephen. I would please ask all of Justin's family and friends to please stand to be recognized at my right. Justin plans on attending The Ohio State University and major in biomedical science with plans on attending medical school. Again, as I present the valedictorian medallion to Justin, I would please ask everyone to join me in a round of applause.
Wow, we're finally here. This esteemed destination that we set out for 13 years ago is finally reached. After 13 years of hard work, we have finally made it to this day. Now I know we all want to reminisce about all the fun we've had this past 4 years, but it's also time that we turn our eyes and look towards the future. Dictionary.com, yeah, I know it's a pretty good site, defines the future as thus: the indefinite time yet to come. When you think deeply about it, this endless span of time can seem quite scary. As we start a new chapter of our lives, we have no idea what will actually happen to us all. Yes, we'd like to predict where we will be 10, 15 years down the road, but you could win the lottery tomorrow and never have to work a day of your life. Now, if that truly happens, please give me a call. However, I'd like to make a little adjustment to that definition. I like to view the future as more of an endless amount of opportunities for each and every one of us to succeed. I truly believe that when one door closes, another door opens. We are one of the greatest classes to have passed through the halls of Wadsworth High School. The opportunities that we as a class have to succeed are truly endless. We just can't be afraid to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. In order to succeed, chances and risks must be taken. Paul Orfalea, an incredibly successful businessman, took a big risk, taking a $5,000 bank loan and starting a small campus copy center for students. With a little hard work, he turned that small sole proprietorship into the billion-dollar business that came to be known as Kinko's, with over 1,200 stores in 10 countries. Little is known, however, that Orfalea suffered from both ADHD and dyslexia and was kicked out of 4 high schools before he finally received a diploma. With the educational background that we have received here at Wadsworth High School, I have no doubt in my mind that each and every one of us can succeed just as Orfalea did. We truly have endless opportunities to succeed each and every day, whether it's owning a multi-million-dollar company or working as a trash collector. It doesn't matter where you end up. What matters is that you make the most of it. I shall now like to close with a short story about a young woman. This young woman was complaining one day to her father about how difficult her life had become. He said nothing, but took her to the kitchen and set 3 pans of water to boil. To the first pan, he added carrots, to the second, eggs, and to the third, ground coffee. After all 3 had cooked, he put their contents into separate bowls and asked his daughter to cut into the eggs and carrots and smell the coffee. "What does all this mean?" she asked impatiently. "Each food," he said, "teaches us something about facing adversity, as represented by the boiling water. The carrot went in hard, but came out soft and weak. The eggs went in fragile, but came out hardened. The coffee, however, changed the water into something better. Which will you be like as you face life?" he asked. "Will you give up, become hard, or transform adversity into triumph? As the chef of your own life, what will you bring to the table?" And so now, as we all go our own separate ways, I challenge each and every one of you today, whether you actually enjoy it or not, to be like the coffee and change the world for the better. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2006.
Thank you. Would Brittany McCauley please join me at the podium? Besides being tied for the top academic student in the class of 2006, Brittany has been very busy with activities. She was involved in Huddle, Spanish Club, National Honor Society, the Student Ambassador Program, and is a teacher for young children in her church. She also played volleyball and was a member of the track team and the swim team. Brittany has volunteered her time at the Salvation Army Soup Kitchen and has also participated in several mission trips, including trips to New York City and Panama City. Brittany has won numerous awards, including recognition by the National Merit Scholarship Program. She was named a Scholar Athlete all 4 years of high school and was awarded a superior rating at the Wadsworth High School Science Fair. Brittany is joined today by her parents, Greg and Lana McCauley, and her sisters, Kristen and Allison. Would they please stand to be recognized to my right? Brittany plans on attending Indiana Wesleyan University and majoring in nursing and Spanish. Please join me as I present the valedictorian medallion to Brittany. Everyone would please join me in a round of applause and congratulations.
Today marks a turning point in many of our lives. As graduates, we are looking ahead with wide-eyed anticipation to what is to come, to what the future has in store for us. Most of us are ready to leave our childhood ways behind and race forward toward our hopes and goals for the next stages of our lives. But if we take a moment to step back and glance down memory lane one last time, we will find that it is this very past that has brought us to where we find ourselves today, in this gymnasium about to graduate. Life up until now has been a lot like a choose-your-own-adventure novel. I, as well as each of my classmates, have been making decisions every day that inevitably lead to making another and another and another. Some of the choices we've made haven't been the best ones out there, and yet most of us have figured out a way to make the best of the mess we've created and turn it into something that is at least less disastrous, if not great. On the other hand, we have made some really great choices too, throughout our high school and even elementary days. It hasn't been uncommon for me to see my fellow classmates helping each other out with seemingly impossible homework problems and making time for studying while also dedicating themselves to several hours a day to their sports, clubs, teams, and jobs. We've worked hard to get where we are today, and for that, we should be proud. And even though the workload was sometimes a little overwhelming and demanding, we still have had a lot of fun-filled memories of Friday night football games, dances in sweat-soaked formal wear, and before-school breakfast outings. Some of us have had paths together that go back to kindergarten and before, while others of us have had much less time to get to know each other and build friendships. Some of you here today have lived in Wadsworth since the day you were born, while others of you have come from other towns, states, and even opposite sides of the globe. We all have a different past. Some of us have been through several changes throughout our childhood, while others of us have led fairly consistent lifestyles thus far. We've been through some rough times throughout our years in these halls, but we've been able to come together as a class and move forward despite these obstacles. While each of us has a unique past, there's one common thread that binds us together today, and that is the fact that despite everything life has thrown our way, despite how popular or nerdy we were, Despite every challenge we've had to overcome, we have all made it here today to receive this honor, which we have been working so hard to achieve these past years. Today is a day to look ahead to our future and dream of all our aspirations, but it is also a day to reflect and reminisce on the past, the path that we have taken to bring us to where we are today. Thanks to our families who have been such an encouragement, friends who have understood our problems and made every day of school more fun, teachers who have shared their insight and wisdom, coaches who have pushed us to be our best, and the grace of God, we've made it through, and successfully at that. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." May this ring true in each of our lives as we take this next step in our future. Congratulations, class of 2006, and buena suerte.
Dan has been waiting patiently, so Dan, would you please join me at the podium? One thing you find in common with all of our 4 valedictorians is they all stayed extremely busy, and Dan is no exception. Dan participated in Huddle, Key Club, Speech and Debate, Peer Tutoring, Latin Club, in which he was the treasurer, and National Honor Society, in which he was the president. Dan was recognized for his accomplishments with the following awards. Speech and Debate, he was a state qualifier. He was a participant in Buckeye Boys State, the Cleveland Technical Society's Scholarship Award winner, and he was a National Merit Scholar. He also was awarded the Frank Close Memorial Scholarship. Dan is joined today by his father, Doug Woods, and his mother, Denise Sparks, also his stepmother, Brenda Fluharty, and his brothers, Andy and Matt Woods, and his sister, Kristen Woods. Also his stepbrother, Darren Fluharty, is here today. I would please ask the rest of Dan's family and friends to please stand and be recognized to my right. Oh, they're over here, over on the left here. Okay, they're on the left. I wonder who's sitting in the wood seats over here. Okay. Oh. Dan plans on attending The Ohio State University and majoring in chemistry. I would again ask, as I award the valedictorian medal to Dan Woods, that you please join me with a round of applause. Dan Woods, right there, buddy.
Is this good? Can you hear me? All right. Classmates, teachers, friends, and family. I stand before you today finally at our very own commencement ceremony, as I'm sure you're aware. After all the times we've seen similar scenes enacted on television and in movies, the times our parents have told us all about their graduation, and the copious amount of assurances that we stand on the cusp of our future and that we are the future leaders and thinkers of the world, I have to admit that in a way, I'm still a little bit afraid. I'm afraid that maybe I'm not ready for life outside these walls. I'm afraid I won't be able to handle more rigorous demands, that I won't be able to maybe take care of myself on my own or reach my goals, or that I won't be able to form meaningful relationships with people. Despite the fact that I've made it this far, I find the future to be a bit daunting. However, as I look around this gymnasium, I see hundreds of teachers, administrators, parents, grandparents, relatives, older sisters and brothers, and friends, all sitting with bated breath, waiting to watch the next generation take their first baby steps into the wide open world. And as I look, I realize that all of these people, in one way or another, have been in the same shoes in which I now stand. Not everybody's been in the same situation, to be sure, but they've all faced the same task, which we are told time and time again that we now face, to assume our role in adult life. And the fact that all these people have made it back to wish others on their way reassures me. It tells me that it can be done. It has been done by hundreds of people in this gymnasium and by billions of people around the world. And with this responsibility in front of us and our childhood behind us, we can have a tendency to look back on the last 4 years with nostalgia Indeed, many often say that their high school years were the best years of their lives. And it is true that there have been good times, as mentioned by previous speakers. For many of us, high school meant an increased amount of freedom with a relatively minimal amount of responsibility. But most of us graduating are only 17 or 18 years old. If these were the best years of our lives, then the last 60 or 70 have nowhere to go but downhill. So, pause for laugh. Okay. So, if these have been the best years of our, whoa, I just said that. So if I can ask anything of the class of 2006, I ask that these will not have been the best years of your lives. We all still have so much more time to live. Get a job, start a family, continue your education, or don't. Do whatever makes you happy. Because as evidenced by everyone here and all the people around the world, it can be and has been done.
Very good. I would now ask, again, class salutatorian Amy Subnosky to please come back to the podium.
On behalf of Wadsworth High School and the senior class of 2006, I would like to recognize the following foreign exchange students. Miranda Bohr from Switzerland, Alexandre Tricati from France, Martine Recalde from Ecuador, and Simone Rogos from Germany. Not only did they grace us with their presence in the classroom, but outside of school as well. This year, Miranda took part in track and tennis, Alexandre took part in French club, Martine was on the soccer team, and both he and Simone were part of the Rotary Club. At the beginning, you were all just one of the foreign exchange students, but now it is apparent that you are a classmate, a teammate, a tailgating companion, a loyal Biddinger's customer, but most importantly, a friend. I hope you all know that your stay at Wadsworth was surely not a futile stay, but one that infused our community with culture, knowledge, and of course, many happy memories and hardcore laughter fits. To say the least, we will miss you all terribly. We appreciate the worldly knowledge you have provided us with, yet it was so fun to watch you become Americanized by trips to Cold Stone and Summit Mall, casual references to MTV shows like Made, and consuming very large portions of the beloved pasta bar. I can only hope that you got as much out of all of us as we have from all of you. But as for now, we must realize that all your families are waiting on pins and needles for your arrival back home, and we must suppress the woe we feel as you pack your bags and travel back to your native countries to further your studies. Once again, I would like to honor and thank these foreign exchange students for traveling from Switzerland, France, Ecuador, and Germany in order to grace our classrooms with their vibrant personalities. Good luck with all you do, and may wherever you go appreciate your talent and culture as much as all of us have.
And again, I would ask class salutatorian Ben Sturgill to please come back to the podium.
It is my privilege to introduce this year's 50th reunion class, the class of 1956. At this time, I would like to invite those graduates of the class of 56 to stand and be recognized for their accomplishments. This year, we have 4 graduating seniors who have relatives in the class of 56. Frances K. Given Strickland is the great aunt of seniors Becca Kaufman and Carter Brooks. While she was in high school, Mrs. Strickland was part of a club called Senior Tri-Teens, a group similar to today's Key Club. Cole Logodice's grandfather, Gerald Logodice, graduated 50 years ago as well. Mr. Logodice was on the varsity football team and was also a part of the WHS Print Shop, a vocational club that printed programs, tardy slips, and detention notices. In addition, Greg Heller's grandfather, Charles A. Heller, is one of the graduates of 1956. Mr. Heller was a part of a club called Senior High Y, a group that sponsored the Tinsel Hop Dance. Quite a bit has changed over the span of 50 years. For example, the class of 1956 had 141 graduates. Today, the class of 2006 has 363 graduates. In 1956, the library was proud of its 4 good sets of encyclopedias. Our media center today has enough computers for several classes at one time. However, not everything has changed over the last few decades. Wadsworth High School has continued its standard of excellence in academics, athletics, service, and leadership. For example, in 1956, senior Lois Jackson won the Betty Crocker Homemaker of Tomorrow Award. The track team set 9 school records and went undefeated during their season, and the seniors successfully put on the play, What a Life. Likewise, the class of 2006 has won $6 million in scholarships, has earned many athletic accolades, and has volunteered countless hours of community service. I am confident that Wadsworth will continue its tradition of excellence for future classes as well. Once again, congratulations to both the class of 1956 and the class of 2006.
Our school district has an extremely stellar past with many fond memories and well-known traditions. We have just completed our celebration of 135 years of excellence in education. We owe a sincere thank you to all the community members who participated in this celebration with us, highlighted by events such as the Kid Wagon Float in the Blue Tip Parade, the 135th Panoramic Picture, student-designed and manufactured pole banners for downtown, a tile mural fabricated by students in the district, memoirs of former students in the local paper, and a historic slideshow. A special thank you is extended to Mr. Cesar Carino, who chaired the committee to make this celebration possible. It has been a fantastic year to recognize our past accomplishments as we look forward to the next 135 years of excellence.
Now, let's all turn our attention to this distinguished class of 2006. I would respectfully ask, please, let's have a round of applause for him. I would respectfully ask that all in attendance please respect this moment for our graduates and for all the family and friends in attendance today. In order for each and every graduate to receive the recognition they deserve, we ask that you allow us to read every name without interruption. Please do not embarrass or draw individual attention to any one graduate. We ask that you hold all applause and do not shout or yell until each and every name has been called. I thank you in advance for your cooperation. I would like to mention the other individuals who will assist on the stage. From our guidance department, Ms. Sue Allison, Mrs. Cheryl Gilbert, Dr. Susan Four, and Mr. Larry Saul. In addition, the members of our Board of Education, President Mr. Chuck Feaster, Vice President Ms. Linda Kramer, and members Mr. Jim McIlvain, Mrs. Lisa Jones, and Mr. Scott Brewer. At this time, I would please ask Mr. Fortner to join me at the podium. Mr. Fortner, it is my pleasure to present to you a class that we are all extremely proud of. They have proven to be a class of honor, character, and integrity. We are proud to send them to the next chapter of their life, knowing they will represent Wadsworth High School in a manner that will make our whole community proud. Mr. Fortner, I now present to you the class of 2006.
Thank you. To all alumni that are in attendance today, we are honored with your presence, and specifically to the class of 1956, welcome home. We know that this has been a special reunion for you, and you know, hold many fond memories of your time here in Wadsworth. It is our hope that 50 years from now, these very same graduates in front of me have those same close-knit relationships and fond memories of their years. Again, it's nice to have you as our honorary guest. It's nice to have all graduates here today to join us in this celebration, and everyone is always welcome here at Wadsworth High School. To the class of 2006, congratulations on your many, many distinguished accomplishments. You have certainly contributed to the marvelous traditions of Wadsworth schools and set the standards of your own. As Mr. Williams says, you will be remembered as a class who's excelled in a variety of areas with unique goals to succeed for the future. On behalf of our Board of Education, I wish you the very best. Now, with board members present here on stage behind me, I officially accept the class of 2006. To the Wadsworth City Schools Board of Education, I can assure you that all class members present here today have met the requirements for graduation set forth by the state of Ohio and you, the local Board of Education, thus earning a right to a high school diploma. Therefore, I make a final recommendation to our Board of Education to now award diplomas to the graduating class of 2006. Thank you.
Joel Philip Shurance. Vincent Joseph Grizanik. Emily Marie Hoover. Justin Leonard Manning. Brittany Aaron McCauley. Daniel Brian Woods. Amy Elizabeth Subnosky. Benjamin W. Sturgewalt. Shelley Ann Anderson. Peter Douglas Bach II. Matthew B. Baldwin. Kyle Bednar. Robin Elaine Blackburn. Christy K. Bowser. Emily Dawn Breed. Matthew L. Bruce. Andrew Richard Capitosta. Shannon Christine Carps. Joel David Kavanaugh. Amanda Elaine Craig. Megan Chrislip. Claire Nicole Davis. Trevor Karsten Day. Taylor Dungeon. Corey Allen Durbin. Jessica Ann Durensky.
Ann Therese Fight. Laura
Elizabeth Falkenberg. Zachary Ian Farber. Beth A. Franskowski. Megan Lynn Fritz. Nathan G. Glasgow. John Michael Ginter. Andrew Carl Gunch. Elizabeth R. Hansen. Anne Renee Harita. Matthew Harold. Joshua D. Heskamp. Laura Elizabeth Lavity. Catherine Suzanne Hudson. Sarah Elizabeth Hutnick. Emily Renee Ingersoll. Justin Bruce Keener. Elizabeth Ann Kohler. Hannah Elizabeth Krumhauer. Christine Marie Ledoux. Scott David Landerholm. Taryn Leahy.
Jennifer A. Long. Gina Marie LaRubio. Kaylee Marie Maple. Zachary Thomas May. Tyler C. McComas. Brandon Stephen Metzler. Kyle P. Moeller. Laura Renee Morgan. Aaron F. Mueller. Brittany Marie Nilsson. Rochelle O'Neill. Daniel James Otanikar. Danielle C. Over. Rosemary M. Osbolt. Alexandra Olympia Pappas. Hannah Rachel Perigo. Stephanie Aaron Prechtel. Daniel Robert Ray. Danielle Elizabeth Roberts.
Amber Sayre. Justin Sigley. Maria Michelle Sefero. Suba Shamagavel. Monica Shaw. Shannon Brittany Smith. Kyle William Snoke. Eric J. Stano. Jason Mark Steigerwald. Heather Lauren Stump. Brian Matthew Toma. Christina Ann Simpiris. Abby Lauren Tucker. Julie Rochelle Vandersummers. Hallie Nicole Vogus. Andrea Michelle Walker. Ryan Michael Walker. Krista Wallet. Sarah Ann Weldon. Graydon Lance Wilson. Sarah Elizabeth Wilson. Ashley Nicole Wood. Miranda Borer. Martine Ricaldi Signs. Timon Rogos. Alexandre Tricati.
Franklin L. Adley. Samantha Jo Andrews. Mickey Archaki. Trey J. Archer. Brandon Michael Arve. Samantha L. Alt. Jason David Barnes. Nicole Dawn Bates. Jessica L. Boffman. Stephanie Sujit Baxi. Brandon Samuel Beck. Larry A. Bell Jr. Zach Bennett. Beth Joy Bishop. Rhiannon Renee Bidding. Corey James Blackburn. Dessa Lynn Blackwood. Kyle T. Blake. Caitlin Caroline Boatwright. Nicholas Ryan Booth. Ben Bodenot. Julia M. Britanova. Carter A. Brooks. Curtis A. Brown. Nathan Lee Brown. Stephanie Ann Brubaker. Jordan Lee Bryson. Daniel Buckingham. Rachel Diane Bircher. Matthew Lee Burns. Jennifer L. Calhoun. Aaron L. Capps. Stephanie Ann Cartwright. Corey James Kavanaugh. Matthew James Kavanaugh. Julia Rose Santee. Jacqueline Chambers. Melissa Ann Cheney. Christina M. Clare. Brenton T. Cochran. Brittany Suzanne Cochran. Amber Marie Collins. Sean T. Conway. Amanda F. Cranston. Ashley Nicole Cranston. Danielle Marie K. Crow. David Joseph Crowley. Michael Diamacone. Caitlin Elizabeth Davies. Allison Renee Davis. Andrew J. Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Davis. Jason Raymond Day. J. Dewan. Caitlin R. DeWitt. Justin Doyle. Joe Drake. Joshana Denise Drogel. Megan Marie Dunn. Matthew Michael Eby. Christina Ann Edwards. Dean C. Ehrman. Marlene Escudero. Zachariah Westfall Eshak.
Peter A. Fedorov. David Zachary Few. Alicia Fisher. Brent E. Fish. Danielle Nicole Fisher. Jacqueline K. Flaherty. Crystal Lee Forster. Holly M. Fowler. Jamie Marie Fox. Nina Frechette. Lynette M. Galeta. Jessica Lee Garner. Josie Lucille Gasser. Anne Marie Gacamoni. Ashley Nicole Jingo. Kayla LeMay Gumberg. Zachary R. Goodson. David Paul Gordon Jr. Molly Marie Gore. Tyler Grace. Daniel Grassel. Sean Kenneth Green. Maria Latrice Brianna Guess. Nicole Marie Hall. Brett M. Hamill. Jessica Lynn Henshaw. Aaron Hansen. Brandon Harmon. Courtney Janelle Harris. Jeffrey Daniel Harsh. Nathan J. Hawk. Gregory Nevin Heller. Carissa Joy Havener. Ryan Hillbruner. Derek Hill. Maxwell Russell Hiltner. Sarah E. Hobensack. Timothy E. Hood. Benjamin T. Hoover. Elizabeth C. Hoover. Scott Albert Rivnak. Kimberly K. Hudson. Don Evan Isles. Amy Elizabeth Jarvis. Josh Jett. Allison Nicole Jones. Joseph S. Jones. Kristen Nicole Kaiser. Julia A. Kantorek. Kristen Rebecca Kaufman. Ashley Kelker. Ashley Christina Kennel. Katie M. Klein. Melissa Ann Klein. Jeffrey Mark Neal. Lindsay Danielle Knotts. Elise Kaylee Kormashoff. Paul C. Cruft. Nicholas V. Cruz. Andrew E. Kolsar. Laura Michelle Kolsar. Patrick Joseph Lamiel. Mark E. Lance Jr. Alexander Scott Lefevre. Michael C. Lankowski. And Emily Evelyn Levitt.
Trevor L. Linscomb. Justin P. Lipperman. Coleman Mark Logadice. Bradley M. Lott. Aubrey Lynn Lyons. Sean G. Mackey. Evan P. Malik. Erica Lene Mann. Seth Chandler Mann. Kenneth Joseph Martini. Lauren Carol Martin. Brianna Nicole Massey. Stephanie M. K. Matulin. Stephanie Michelle Maxon. Justin K. McInturf. Lainey Marie Melton. Joseph A. Menser. Nicole Lee Meredith. Kyle Scott Merrick. Courtney Marie Mezek. Lauren Nicole Mezek. Kyle David Mix. Joan L. Milich. Alicia Danielle Miller. Ryan A. Mirabedini. Marla Michelle Motes. Timothy J. Neal. Renee Danielle O'Gryzik. Todd J. Painter. Natasha M. Polachek. Jessica Ray Parsons. Christopher James Pecknick. Corey Lee Peters. Holly Elizabeth Petty. James B. Petty Jr. Brent Phillips. James Edgar Phillips II. Philip Joseph Piazza. Jennifer M. Petter. Sarah Kathleen Poling. Eric O. Pope. Jacob Matthew Porter. Brent N. Pound. Jeffrey Allen Rager. Justin E. Reel. Jessica Ann Marie Reed. Nathan J. Reed. Sierra Ann Reeves. Sarah Elizabeth Reichman. Katie M. Reynolds. Craig M. Richards. Mindy Joy Richards. Erica Danielle Rees. Kenneth Charles Robinson. Scott Daniel Robinson. James Henry Rogers. Erin Marie Rohr. Leslie Ann Rowe. Evan David Roslag. Frank Charles Russ.
Shane Edward Sams. Crystal Leanne Ashley Sano. Kristen Marie Saylor. Matthew Blaine Shorter. Amanda Schultz. Mindy Noel Siders. Christopher Scott Seiske. Matthew Edward Simpson. Dilpreet Singh. Chelstine Marie Sir Lewis. Dana Corinne Skavarka. Tiffany Nicole Slansky. Matthew Slivka. Tiffany Marie Sloan. Andrew Ryan Smith. Ashley Nicole Smith. Jeffrey M. Smith. Kyle J.J. Smith. Rachel Smith. Joseph D. Spatero. Shannon Marie Spinelli. Jessica A. Sponsler. Kristen Margaret Stallman. Amber Stanley. Cody Jean Steigerwald. Alexander Lewis Sterling. Darrell Stewart Jr. Dustin Stegall. Daniel Stillman II. Jamie Lauren Stout. Benjamin R. Strickland. Jacob Matthew Stringfield. Catherine Frances Stugmeyer. David Allen Stump. Timothy Suboten. Ready? John Tyler Swarm. Rhea Lee Zabo. Robert Jason Shelobofka. Erica S. Taylor. Brooke Lindsay Thomas. Brian H. Thomas. Joshua Christopher Thomas. Lydia Michelle Thomas. Aubrey Michelle Thompson. Joshua Michael Thompson. Molly Christine Tischer. Alyssa R. Toney. Richard M. Tasato, Jr. Angela Justine Valentine. Kara Van Mill. Jessica Lee Venner. Natalie Rose Ventimiglia. Darren E. Baverka. Kyle Vosberg. Zach Vugis. Connie Ann Walkley. Rachel Ellen Wallace. Christopher Robert Wallace. Keith Warner. Anna Michelle Wendt. Matthew James Wenger. Timothy Joe Wire. Tyler Joseph Wilkie. Matthew J. Wilkes. Jared A. Williams. Cole Wilson. Catherine Wilson. Patricia Ann Witchy. Lauren Elizabeth Woodard. Audrey M. Werzakowski. Janet L. Yassi. Deborah Jo Young. David Paul Zukniak. Alexander Paul Zavada.
Congratulations. Before I bring Joel Shuren's class president back to address the class one last time, I would please ask those in the back of the gym to please clear the exits so we may properly dismiss our graduates. The graduates will process to the East Gym where they will celebrate by throwing their caps. I would kindly ask members of the audience not to stop the recessional to take pictures. For parents and loved ones, the school courtyard has an area prepared for anyone who would like to take pictures. At this time, I'd like to bring Joel Shuren back to the podium.
Class of 2006, please rise. I'd like you all to join me in switching your tassels over from right to left, as we are now official alumni of Wadsworth High School. Congratulations.